Be sure to check out my friend Mason's shop at nomadautoimports.com. He's also on Instagram and Facebook as Nomad Auto Imports. Support him, check out his site, see if there's anything you're interested in. Hey guys, Yoda Code 43 here today with another tour and drive for you. Today I've got the keys to this 1990 Nissan Datsun Sunny pickup, imported from Japan by Nomad Auto Imports here in Flint, Michigan. Let's do a little walk around to the truck, check out its style, tell you a little bit about its history. So the Nissan Sunny was sold in North America as the Datsun 510 back in the 1970s. But this design of the Sunny Truck, the RB122 platform, basically was a continuation of the style of the 510 that was sold here in the US. And from about 1974 through the mid-1990s, if I remember correctly. Ooh, bonus. Big 10 Chevrolet in the background. Very cool bonus. Anyway, yeah, the B120 chassis is what this is. And so they had a sedan, a coupe, fastback, estate wagon, and the pickup here as well. Not in the United States, but this is actually, like I said, imported from Japan, this car. Very cool little truck. Hard to believe that this is a 1990 model year. I learned that in 1989 the main upgrade was front disc brakes, which I can see this truck does have behind these very cool, very period feeling 1970s slot mag wheels. But yep, there is a disc brake with a caliper back there. And these are 165/70 R13 tires. Probably pretty difficult to get a tire for today. Has this very cool medium gray gloss paint job on it. It almost looks like primer gray, but it has very good gloss on it. It was repainted at some point. Really glad I get to check this thing out. I'm pretty sure they actually ran them without any sort of bumper on the back like this too. Maybe for clearance of the tailgate, maybe that's just how they were able to run them in Japan without the bumper like that, but it does have a front bumper. And then, if I recall correctly, it still uses a steering box. It is unibody. It's not body on frame. It's developed off a compact car. Front engine, rear wheel drive. Fender mirrors, which are very cool and definitely a Japanese touch. You've got the antenna right up here on the pillar, which extends out by hand. The gas door is locking with the regular key for the ignition. I was looking at this too, looking it over, and I'm looking at these taillights. I'm like, these feel like a 90s Ford Ranger. I'll show you a picture here for comparison. They're very similar. But these little trucks were sold all over parts of Africa and also in Japan and Australia as different names and whatnot. Very versatile little pickups for their size too. I think it's a 5.5 foot bed back here. There's a short wheelbase version and a long wheelbase version. The long wheelbase version, I believe, has a full 6 feet. It's got about another 4 inches in wheelbase and I think about 6 inches in bed length. I'll check on those dimensions and post them here as well. See if I can find a comparison picture. But yeah, it's just a little 2-seat pickup. We'll take the opportunity to show you the engine here. Very classic look. I actually learned also, so like I say, this is a 1990 with disc brakes, but in actuality, it's supposed to have square headlights and a different grille than this one has, but this is the more classic look of Datsun. However, starting in '89, they were officially renamed as Nissans. No longer Nissan Datsun or just Datsun. wheels are 4x4.5 bolt pattern, if I recall correctly. So lots of different wheels you could put on them. Show you the inside real quick, then we'll look under the hood. First thing is the S in the steering wheel for Sunny. Like I say, this truck is from 1990. They didn't really change the design very much after 1974. A couple of little updates here and there, but very simple. It has some seat covers on it. Very simplistic slip-on door panels. In fact, I think these door panels literally slip into a channel top and bottom, so they're very easy to pull out once you pull the hardware off. Makes servicing inside the doors really easy. No tachometer in these. You just have the Sunny over there where I believe a tachometer would go. Speedometer up to 160 kilometers an hour. Yeah, right. This one will never get there. And then just some simple warning lights, temp gauge, and fuel gauge. That's about all you get. And then this is a 4-speed manual in this truck. Pull the hood release here. Oh, and then they did run a fabric headliner in these trucks too. The tower of power in here. Nissan's A12 inline 4-cylinder overhead valve. They did not do a lot to change this engine over the years. 1.2 liter with anywhere from about 63 to 75 horsepower depending on the year. This is probably closer to 70 horsepower with the age that it is. It's a 2-barrel Hitachi carburetor from what I've understood, quote-unquote electronically controlled. You have a heat riser from the exhaust manifold to the intake to help warm it up faster, but very simple, very easy to work on. Tons and tons of space all around in here. Everything's easy to do. You can do basically everything from up top. And then these also have unique, Japanese cars use AGM style batteries. They're very tall, in this vehicle anyway. Most of the other vehicles my friend here at Nomad has inside have a tall battery like this. This one's got all fresh fluids in it. Coolant looks good, oil's been changed, brake fluid looks good, and it runs great. I mean, it idled immediately, and it hasn't run. This thing hadn't run in about 9 months, 10 months since the last time it was run, and it started right up with a couple pumps of the gas. Here's your chassis number, B122. And then you got your tag over here. There's the A12S engine noted at the bottom. Very interesting. Very different than the VIN tags we use here. And then this is Nissan's typical thing, apparently common across a bunch of Japanese brands at the time. This is your washer fluid bag. It gravity drains out of here up to, well, to be pumped up at the hood to spray the windshield, which uses, what was this? One sprayer that actually has 2 nozzles on it to spray both sides of the windshield. Very simplistic truck. Probably pretty good at what it does. I mean, I believe it's McPherson struts in the front. If I look underneath here, I can tell you. Yep, McPherson struts in the front. Very, very clean underneath. A lot of these trucks, or these vehicles, were known to rust out really, really badly. Even the ones here in the US were really bad. I'm sorry, it is so windy today. I've got my muffler on the mic, but I'm sure it's not doing that great a job. And then in the back, it is a live axle with leaf springs. Good for load carrying. Tiny, tiny little exhaust tip there. Then there's the bed, which, like I said, this truck's been painted. I think the bed was coated at the time, but I don't know. This may have been how they came. They just painted over what would have been black originally. It has a nice texture to it. It seems pretty tough. You have this unique tie-down system where you can use for, well, yeah, tying items down, or you could maybe also use it to make a fabric tonneau cover for this that you would be able to stretch over these, you know? It also looks like they kind of had this bed rail designed for a specific cap that would seal off to this, and this would act as your rain gutter, you know? and you'd be able to screw it into these holes up top. Solid rear window, no slider. Access to your tool kit inside of this panel over here. You saw a spare tire underneath. And opening the tailgate is actually really simple. That side's released. That side's released. Down you go. Chains on both sides. Simple as that. And you've got these big drains in the back of the bed. You actually have them up in the front corners as well. They're smaller, but there are drains to get water out. Sit inside quick and show you around any other things I haven't already covered. WD-40 needed for the doors. You got some storage space next to the doors on the floor here. Vinyl flooring in this truck. Used to be white, as you can see. It has an aftermarket radio in it, but I'm pretty sure this is a Japanese radio, so the bands for AM, FM will not be the same as they are here in the US, so the radio technically won't work, but you can still use the CD, USB, and line in for it. Little storage panel up in front here. Oh, proof that I said it's a Nissan. It says right here, Nissan. What does that say? Nikina, I believe that says. That must be their branding for the heating and cooling system. This is your defrost fan. This is to get vent air into the truck. These are the only two vents in here. They're right here in the center, and they're pointed out just generally in each direction. You can't move them. It looks like you also get floor heat in here as well. And then, yeah, just a simple standard clutch 4-speed. Nothing special there. I believe this might actually be the tool bag sitting in this area where a glove box would go, but there is also a glove box. You actually have a little warning here for exhaust temperature, and you do have a power point here as well. And I believe this normally would be an ashtray. Does it honk? We'll find out. Yep, it's about what I expected to. Other than that, I think we're ready to go for a drive. On. Okay, we're gonna go for a spin in the Sunny Truck with a tough clutch. Okay, we're definitely in neutral. I don't suck at driving, it's just difficult to drive. I'll take that opportunity to roll right out here. Wow! I don't know what that was. Brakes are good. Probably manual. Oh no, it did have a booster. Signals work. I'm going to try not to peel tires right off the line with all 70 raging foot-pounds of torque.
Get some bonus content in there later. All things they shoot out on.
Yep, clutch is like an on-off switch. Okay, we have gears.
So we're filling up at the gas station. What's your bet? How much will it take? 7 gallons?
Found fourth. Doing about 45.
Huh?
About, I don't know, maybe 50% in the throttle.
Gas station's up. Huh? Datsun, yeah.
Well, the odometer works fine, or the tripometer does anyway. I'll watch the odometer.
How many fourth wheelers? Steering wheel's on the right hand side.
Fourth gear, about 55 miles an hour. I'd take a guess. It's like
Headliner, right? It's like
about 3,500 RPM. No idea what this little motor can take since it's been in production for
raging 70
45 years. They still make them today, apparently.
Yeah, I like the Jeep.
It is quiet.
Nice Jeep.
Not bad.
He's got a nice one.
That's a farm
Ish.
It's only been on, it's only seen salt its life for 6 years and it's fine.
Hopefully this breeze is
excellent.
killing the audio.
Okay, I thought it looked a little beefier.
It'll be alright. I can clean it up.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. Yeah, I was wondering about the hood being popped
Is there
up.
anything coming out of those vents? Yeah? I pointed them out earlier and I'm like, they just aim in the general direction of the driver and passenger. It's very twitchy on center steering too.
Cool truck, for sure.
Yep, and it's built for someone
10 gallons.
about
It's
5'5".
an 11-gallon tank.
Me, I have long legs,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm 5'10", but I do not fit in here well. I'm also not small. Oh, it runs great.
Oh, let's check these.
He's got a funky look from him.
It really makes me feel small and look cheap inside.
Yeah, we're in a pickup, but probably the smallest one apart from a Rabbit pickup. Dramatic RPM increase as we're approaching 60. Brakes work real good. Right, signal on the right. Throwing you off. Ah, this thing's a riot. I was reading in history, and it said, oh, okay, the ashtray. I'm learning the clutch slowly. It's very difficult. I was reading, and it said that these at appropriate speeds would do like 49 mile per gallon US. It's insane. Yeah, well, it didn't thump this time. Yeah, I'm learning. I'll go behind the other one. Yeah. Ooh, 9.5 gallons. Hey, cool custom bike.
Yeah, long tail.
Yeah. Lots of stickers. Yep.
Yeah, it's a little louder than ours.
You know what'd be cooler is if it was a stick. Oh, it's car season and I love it. All right, you ready?
They were extra ones that came with the truck. They went to hold a component.
Okay.
Look at some of those.
This feels like an old truck. All right, I suck at this. Ready? Full bore. That was all right. Still full bore. Oh, we hit 50. Well, it'll do surface road speeds. I wouldn't expect it to do a lot more just because it's not built for American soil. It's just it's a bit different. But I imagine this would be great to run around town, do junkyard part runs and stuff like that. It'd be great for that. Definitely.
Yeah. I remember I replied to your email, but they're just, the price range that you're looking at. So I don't know if that's something that you consider. But it's right now getting a car in the
Hope you guys are enjoying my videos. Like, comment, subscribe, and suggest other vehicles you'd like to see on the channel. Do my best to oblige. Keep checking out more and more interesting things as I go along. I'm learning a lot. I'm like a walking car encyclopedia. I love soaking up the information for sure. And yeah, leave me some comments, leave me some thumbs up, and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. It's always interesting for sure. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time.